Hey everyone, welcome to our Team Infinity Coach meeting. My name is Manon, and tonight we're talking about creating captions that convert. So before we get started, I want to know the vibe. Like, I know we pushed super hard in November to get Success Club, hit Success Club, have new people. We have the launch of Sure Thing coming out. In the chat or unmute, how are you feeling? Like, how are you feeling approaching the holiday season? Are you confident you're going to hit your goals before Christmas? I know some of you have, some of you are not. Like, where are you standing on a scale of 1 to 10? What do you guys feel? 12. Perfect. That's awesome. Lynn, -2 or 5? -2.
Pas motivé, pantoute.
Pas motivé, pantoute. Okay, Shalyn, how are you doing?
I'm good. I mean, like we're back in action type thing.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Shalyn just moved in 2 weeks. She decided to sell her house and move, and like everything happened in 2 weeks. So totally understandable. Are you guys still doing power hours together in the morning? Is that something you want to continue doing?
Probably.
Poor Lynn.
Yeah, because Lynn works nights. So I know Shalyn and Lynn would meet at like 5 a.m. every morning. So that's pretty impressive. But that's consistency. And when you're not feeling motivated, just like your workouts, what do you have to do?
Personal development.
Mm-hmm. And what does that make you do?
To do it.
Lean into the team and do it. Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. I don't always feel like it. Marie doesn't always feel like it. Shalyn neither. Everyone, we don't feel. It's like the workouts. You don't feel like it, but once you do it, you feel better because you've done the basic activities. You've done the basic activities of a coach, the vital behaviors. And that, yes, we have to take care of us. That I don't include anymore because we are focusing on the business building, the income producing activities. And that's really connecting, following up, and inviting people to do this. It's the crucial part of your business. And just like your workouts, you're not always going to feel like it, but then you're going to get a message like, I just got one of the coaches on our team sent me this, and he's like, just a feel good message for you. And the person he was helping and his wife, the guy lost 16 pounds and his wife, and they're crushing it. You're going to get messages like that. Put them, take screenshots, put them together, print them. I know Carl Deichler, the CEO, has like a big binder of all the transformations. He saves them. And on the hard days, look at that. Go back to the feel good moments because they are worth it. And we're building a business. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It's not easy, but it's totally worth it because then go back to your why. Right? You shared it in the rank advancements. You don't want to be paycheck to paycheck. You may be looking forward to like letting go of your job, doing this full time. So what does it mean to you and for you to do this? What would it mean for you to, do this full time and not have to go to work at night, Lynn? Does it like do? It's for unmuted. What would it do for you to actually quit your job and do this? And that would be your job, to take care of you.
Je trouve c'est beaucoup de, tu sais, comme always be on social media. C'est comme des fois, je veux juste comme.
Mm-hmm.
Je sais pas, ouais, comme c'est ça, tu sais.
OK,
comme...
ben, va faire du porte-à-porte d'abord.
Sérieusement, t'es bonne à ça.
Je pourrais, I guess.
Faut que tu trouves quelque chose qui marche pour toi.
Mm-hmm.
Si les réseaux sociaux, puis la plupart de ton monde ne sont pas sur les réseaux, ben c'est quoi l'autre manière?
C'est pas tant les réseaux qui sont le dilemme, c'est là que la job ça fait. Fait que c'est-tu les réseaux qui t'écœurent ou c'est de faire la job? Parce que la job, c'est c'est de
Ouais.
connecter, c'est d'envoyer des messages, c'est de faire des suivis, puis on utilise Facebook pour le faire, mais si tu as du monde que tu peux prendre ton char et aller les voir, puis cogner à leur porte, leur fais-les.
Mhm.
Ouais, mais là, ouais, c'est ça. Mais là, c'est le temps encore, hein? Non, c'est sûr que c'est plus vite à la maison, là, mais.
Right. Les réseaux sociaux, social media has helped this type of business so much because you do it from home. But the parties still work. If you want to do it, have the shake and share, and you think you have more people to come over, you want to do it in groups. You don't want to do it individually because you're going to waste a lot of time. But if you can have gatherings over, that works. If that's your style, that's not mine. But the neighbor across our street, they moved. She is one of the top producing Arbonne reps, or she used to live here, like making 40,000 per month. She would have parties every week in her house. The street was filled with cars every week. That's how she built. She had people come to her house, try to test out Arbonne. Then the reps would come. It was huge. Our street was full of cars. I think it was every Tuesdays, packed. But that's how she built. And then she moved to social media. But I think she still does the parties because that's how she connected with people. So if that works for you, then do that. You can use social media to invite people and know that you can plan your stuff ahead. So you don't have to like always be on. There's ways around it. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that tonight and how to like be more effective in our posts so that people want to get what we have. So I'll share my screen. And I know a lot of people will be watching the recording. Here we go. We have new coaches who are killing it too. So I'm very excited to see how you guys do. And I know they said that they were going to watch the recording. So here we go. December 7th. I can't believe the year is like almost done. It's just nuts. But it all comes back down. I say this every week. Decision is the ultimate power. If you decide right now that you're going to build this business with parties, then do it and decide that you're going to have success. If you decide you're going to be a diamond coach, go for it. And sometimes I feel like, or I hear, diamond is such a big responsibility. It's not. It's 8 people. That's 8 people. You have 8 people come to your house. I'm sure like it's not that big of a deal. And you're not alone. And we have systems that work. So you just invite them to what we do. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do what Marie-André does. Like we do this. This is our full-time thing. But you can build it to that. As you grow, you're going to start to have more and more systems that work. But for now, lean on the team. You don't have to do it on your own. And you have to believe that this is actually worth it. We go to Diamond. We're a team who builds Diamond. We're an elite team. And if you're watching the video, if you are a 2022 or 2021 sign up a coach or a preferred customer, but coaches, you guys are very important in the success of the team. Everyone is, but you guys contribute points every time you help 3 people. So if you're here watching and you're like, I want to help the team out, let us know because you play an important role in the success of the team. And that means what? We have access to more resources. We have access to trainings. We have access to high level communications when something goes wrong. So know that it is worth it to be a part of an elite team. It is worth it for you to use that title as well, right? So we work together to earn these points. Everyone has a role to play. If you're a brand new coach and you're not necessarily sponsored by me, but you're helping your sponsoring coach. And the thing is, the more success you have, the more success we have. But that if we have success, that means our team is having success. So that means you're having success too. We want to pay the success forward. And that's a shift from the regular life. Because in this type of business, you can surpass your coach. You can surpass your upline. You're never limited to a specific spot in the organization, income-wise, success-wise. You can if you outwork and you are committed, you can surpass, you can go to the top. It's all up to you. There's no, I'm doing this just for me. Everyone works as a team. Your team works as a team. their team works as a team. We all work together to succeed, and we all share legs depending on where you are in the organization. So we all contribute to everyone's success. All right, so tonight we're talking about how to write post captions that convert. So what does that even mean? Because I know some are brand new to social media and they're like, oh, what does that mean? So that means how to write the text. Caption is the text in your post so that the viewers want to know more and want to then buy. So that's a very important part in your process. It's writing posts that convert. You can do it as a video too. It doesn't matter the way you do it, but there are specific elements to it to help people want to know more and then convert. So the first step to know is, who do you help? If you don't know who you help, you're going to have a very hard time to write a caption that helps people see themselves and relate to you and then want to do whatever you do. So if you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. You want to talk to the person you were before you started our programs. And if you're talking about your coaching journey, you want to talk to the person you were before you said yes to coaching. So we'll have two stories. Well, we have a lot of stories, but one that will go around the customer journey and the other one around the coach journey. So I personally, this is mine. I help women who want to work out, get results, but do not have time to go to the gym. So that's the person I'm talking to when I'm talking about boot camps, motivation groups, things like that. Who do you help? Lynn, I help women who are 50 years old that never went to the gym, don't know what to do in a gym, but they want to get stronger, don't want to lose their muscles, and they want to live longer, live a healthy life. So really focus on who you help. Focus on your story. Your story is meant to be shared and will inspire somebody else to say yes. And this story, you want to repeat it over and over and over and over. And if you sound like a broken record, you're doing a great job. Think about all the successful coaches. You can tell their story in a split second because they've repeated it over and over and over and over. And that's your stable story. People need to know what that story is for you, and you have to tell it in different ways, but over and over and over. So think about this. What is your story in 1 minute, and who do you help? We're not many on the call, so we can go through it. So Marie-André, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's your story in a minute, and who do you help? Let's say for the boot camps.
I'm selling a pack. I'm sorry. What's my story in a minute? Who do I help? In a minute, I was the busiest, not a teacher, ed tech coach that you could imagine. I was eating in my car 3 times a day, and I had completely forgotten about myself. And I saw 300 creeping up on the scale, and I did not want to see that number. So I decided that the only option for me was to start working out at home, to literally fall out of my bed and have no other choice but to work out. So Beachbody was the solution for me. So I think I help people who will say that they don't have much time, because I think I can help them fit it in their schedule, because I was that person. And people who just want to put their brain on off and just do it.
Mm-hmm. And do you have an age range?
35 to 55 is my, I know it's big, but that's my,
Yeah.
I'd say my age, 40 to 50 probably is the more precise age. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Merci. Shalyn, what's your story in a minute, and who do you help?
Sorry about that. I've had to move. So my story in a minute. So my story is, I grew up in a household where my mother was she was overweight, and we lived through time where she did bad diets all the time. So my idea about being healthy was, you have to be on a diet and be thin to be healthy. So I spent most of my teenage life and into later adulthood doing that on like recycle over and over and over the same thing over and over, and basically had a terrible relationship with food. I was a closet eater. I would pretend to be all great and wonderful and then go home and eat like the whole cake. And whenever I found Beachbody and realized that it didn't end after 21 days, I realized that there was a better solution that was ongoing where I didn't have to keep starting over and over again. And it helped me learn more about food, which in turn basically has made me want to help other mothers who grew up in the same way that I did, who were always on these diets, and start to learn about what food is really feel for the body, and teach my kids and hope to help other parents teach their kids that the food is fuel and that it's a good thing. It's not a punishment or a reward. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. So you help the women who is struggling with dieting?
Yes. So women who are struggling with their mindset on food, where they, basically have done diets their whole life and they have not learned that you can enjoy all food and you can live a healthy life without being on a diet.
Perfect. I like it. And Lynn, what's your story in a minute and who do you help?
My story in a minute, it's about yo-yo dieting. There's not a program that I did not do. Yes, I would lose the weight, but I would not keep it off. I would put it on and even more. Since I'm doing Beachbody, I kept the weight off. And I always tell to myself, j'ai besoin du manger pour survivre. Je survis pas pour le manger. Puis, j'ai, comme pour aider du monde, je motive du monde, oui, ça a l'air, qui me disent tout, mais j'ai de la misère à avoir des clients, là, en tout cas. Mais quand que je les vois, ils sont toujours là, oh, tu me motives. Ben oui, mais let's go!
Qui est-ce que tu veux aider? Who do you want to help?
Ben, le monde qui, tu sais, qui disent, oh, j'ai mal, j'ai de l'arthrite, je peux pas bouger. Non, ça, c'est pas vrai, tu peux bouger. Puis je le dis comme régulièrement, ça. Le plus que tu bouges, le plus que ça fait du bien. Le monde qui ne veut pas aller au gym, comme moi, le monde qui se sentait intimidé d'aller au gym.
Perfect. So the more precise we can be, the better we'll actually convert people. So it could be like women who are in their 50s, très précis, who have arthritis, have never gone to the gym, but want to start feeling better. Ça peut être comme précis comme ça. And then you're going to attract exactly your type of person, but they have to be ready. And one line I've listened and heard before, and this is what I remind myself over and over and over about, is we cannot help everyone. We can only help the people who want our help. And that's our job. It's to find the people who want our help. We can't help everyone who needs our help. Although we would like to, we can't help everyone that needs our help. We really have to focus on the people who want our help. And that means who are ready to make an investment and ready to get started, because we can't convince anyone to start. It has to come from them. But what we can do is tell stories to sell, and sell is just means to inspire and have them want to convert and buy what we have. In our stories, when we share on social media, I want to show you two ways to post. This is stuff I've seen before, and this is not what we should be doing. So for example, Shakeology is the best. It contains X amount of grams of protein and superfoods and all the stuff, all the ingredients, telling everyone the facts. Facts do not sell. It doesn't matter what you're drinking. It matters why you're drinking it. Or Beachbody workouts are great. Autumn knows exactly how to get results. People don't know Beachbody. They don't know Autumn. You want to be selling you and your story and your transformation so that people relate to you. So that's important to put in your posts. We don't want to talk about technobabble, which is Beachbody terms, challenge group, Shakeology, Beachbody on demand. These things don't mean anything to somebody who has not done Beachbody, and we want to work with people who have not done Beachbody before. We want to attract people, new customers, new clients, new prospects. So what you can do is use emotions to tell your story and share why this is impactful to you. I used to go to the drive-through every single morning, wait in line for 15 to 20 minutes and buy a bagel, a croissant, an orange juice, and a coffee, double. That's me. And after an hour, I felt super tired, and I found that I was wasting a lot of time and a lot of money not fueling my body, and there was a better way. I changed my breakfast. Marie-Henri, you did something about breakfast recently, I saw in your podcast. So what you consume first thing in the morning is super important. So what I was consuming before was not serving me. So that's the story. You can tell the story through your actions and through what you've lived, but it doesn't have to be about Shakeology. People are going to ask you, what are you drinking now? Like, what are you consuming now? What do you eat now for breakfast? You can say, I'm not eating this anymore and I feel so much better. But you're not talking about a shake. You're not talking about exactly what you're eating or consuming, but it creates curiosity, and that's what you want to do. Here, I never thought I would try at-home workouts. I had my doubts. I gave it a try. I feel stronger than I did in my 20s. I don't have to kill myself in the gym. 20 minutes per day is all I need. And then you can go into the parts of the story we'll go into after. But this tells people that I work out from home. I like to work out, but I can't fit it in my schedule anymore. And I do get results. So there's different ways to talk about the things without naming products, without being there to sell people, but be there to inspire and give tools. The second step is to not make it about us. It's not about us. It's about the person you're talking to, about the viewer. So how do you serve them? And why does that matter to them? Like, they don't care how successful you are until they know how you've struggled. They don't care that you've lost 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 20 pounds, 5 pounds, until they know how it applies to them. Marie-Henri blocked me for a reason in the beginning, because I was posting that way, but I've grown and I've learned. And it doesn't mean people don't block me anymore. That's okay. But the thing is, I'm there to help people who want my help. And that's okay. She knew that I was there and I was consistent, and she could reach out to me when she decided that she wanted my help. Okay. So it doesn't matter. So it has to be about them, and we're going to grow. The only way to succeed in this business is not to give up. It's to try things, tweak things, figure out what works for you. But you have to get out there and do the steps for you to learn. It's all data. They said this at leadership. It was Holly Hillier. It's like, everything is data. Try it, learn from it. Try it, learn from it. In your workouts, in your posts, in your approach, in your replies, try it, learn from it. Another thing that I've seen often is posting like this. I was so tired, but I got my workout in. And then you post your sweaty selfie. Yeah, and so what? Why does it apply to me? Like, to the viewer, who cares, right? Just posting that you did your workout without either a quote, a call to action, without something that they know they could get started with, it doesn't matter to them. If it's too much about us, it doesn't matter to them. So I completed my program. I'm so proud of myself. I never thought I could get this fit at 40 years old. Yeah, and so what? What's your call to action? What do you need them to do to feel better? What do they need to learn to feel better? So our posting can't be about us. It has to be, you can share your story, but how does it help them? How does it apply to them? And what's the call to action? So here's one way. It's a bit longer, but people relate to this. And then you using the word you more often. So maybe write it down. Try using the word I less, but the word you more. Do you ever feel so tired that you press snooze 5 times before you actually get up? That was me this morning, but I have this amazing online community of women who were waiting for me to show up. And so I got it done. I never realized how much I needed this extra accountability. I always thought something was wrong with me. So this makes people know that they're not alone. Do you feel like you're not motivated and you're thinking one day I'll do it, but right now is not the right time? I get it. I felt like that too. If you need that extra push or motivation, send me a message. I would love to do this with you. And then we got to go in the feelings, got to go in the emotions. Imagine how good you would feel if you finally said yes to yourself. My next group starts on Monday. Are you in? Comment yes below or send me a message and let's chat to see if this could be a good fit for you. You have to go and evoke emotions. You have to let them know. Imagine if you did this. Imagine if you succeeded. Imagine how good you'd feel if. Okay, so adding these keywords in your post and making it about them, using the word you more often helps. Third step, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Now, this is something I see often, and if it applies to you, then we're going to learn from it. Okay, there's no mistakes. It's all about learning opportunities. Okay, I gained weight again, but now I'm committed more than ever. Do this with me. How would you feel? How would you feel if somebody just came back from a year of not posting and is now saying, I gained weight, but now I'm more committed? Would you watch for a long time to see if they actually were committed, or would you say, yeah, I'm in? I see this, not our team, I see this on social media. And I went and scrolled and I'm like, I need ideas for this presentation. This happens over and over and over. But the thing is, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So if they can't trust that you are committed yourself, they're not going to trust that you'll be there for them. And it doesn't mean we have to be perfect. Our weight can fluctuate. We can have hard days. We can go up and down, but it's in the way we present it. It's in the way that we are vulnerable. Vulnerable doesn't mean tell everything to everyone. We don't have to share everything on social media. It's there to build a business, and whatever you feel like it was too much, you were struggling, you can share parts of it. Share the upswing. I forget I think Shalene Johnson. Share the upswing. Don't share the bad stuff in the moment. Share when it's going better and you found a solution that works and you have steps to share. It's okay to come back. It's okay to gain weight. It's okay, but just maybe tweak the way you show up. Maybe tweak the words that you use. What could we say instead of I gained weight, but now? The word "but" is very dangerous. What could we say if that was us? And it does happen.
Like, you mean like an example, like you were not posting for a year and then you come back? Like, what do you say instead?
Or like you've gained maybe 10 pounds and you're ready to coach more people. Like what could be a good way to just, share that without sharing too much? And then mindset.
Well, for me, like, if I was to say something, because my mindset before would have been like, I gained weight, so I Googled a fad diet or something like that, and so I can quickly lose 5 pounds. Or as opposed to now, where if I was having some rough times in my life and I gained, 5-10 pounds, I knew that it doesn't stress me out anymore to gain 5 or 10 pounds, because I don't have the honest truth is I don't have the energy to start a fad diet where you're with restrictions. I just know that I have to, like, wake up the next morning and do what I know works and serves me. And honestly, I feel that, like, when you live in this particular lifestyle and you've lost weight, when you just change, and if you've gained 10 pounds and all of a sudden you're like, okay, like, let's get back on track, your body, it's like it remembers. And it's actually easy for you to lose the weight because your body remembers, oh yeah, she's being good to herself again. Whereas before, it's so much harder every time because it's so confused.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big, long-winded way of saying it, but
that's perfect. And like another way that I've seen people post is, I'm back, I fell off the wagon, but I'm getting ready for my next group. People are not going to want to join you if you post that, right? Because they're like, why should I join you? You just said you didn't do it. But what if we made it about something else and not about the weight? Like, what if we changed it to, so I like what you said too, but what if we changed it to, we're just having an accountability group. This helps my mindset. This helps with anxiety. This helps with this or that. Why do we have to talk about the fact that we gain weight? Like, why is that the subject?
Yep.
I just thought about that when you were talking. Because it doesn't have to be about the weight gain. It can be about the strength, the community, the mindset. Right? So when we come back from a downfall, when we come back, we don't have to share everything. We can share the tools that we've used to help us. We can share what we like about the community, and that you're getting ready for next group. Like Shella and I were talking earlier before the meeting, and she's like, I never knew you were so consistent. I don't know when you struggle. I do share some of it, but I don't want that to be the focus. I want the focus to be, I'm consistent with ups and downs, and my weight is pretty consistent, but I still go up and down. But my focus is more like the mindset. I take care of me to be more active, to be with my kids. So it really is going back to like shifting everyone's mindset about your own journey too, right? I'm just thinking out loud because I didn't know where I was going to go. That was my question. What can we write instead? So we're just having conversation. Lynn, what would inspire you to say yes to someone who is coming back?
Well, first, if I would be ready myself, because I have, we need to be ready. Because if we're not ready, we're not going to be successful. So if I'm ready, and if I see that person, and if I have confidence in that person, I would try it probably.
And what would make you have that confidence in that person, that trust?
If she hasn't been on social media for a while.
Yeah, or if that person wants to come back and wants to coach, does it matter to you if she gained weight?
No, because like we all did, like we all went up and down, and it's to find the thing that works for us.
Yeah, exactly. So I want us to reflect on when we overshare, sometimes we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot, because sometimes it doesn't even matter. Like, we don't have to share that we gain weight unless there's a purpose to it. So what's your purpose, and what's the story, and why would people sign up with you if you share this? If you have a good reason, good, but don't feel like I have to be honest and share everything. No, you can be honest and keep some private stuff private. You don't have to share your whole life on social media. Social media is if you're here to build a business, you can use it to build your business, but keep parts of it. Whatever is private is private. You don't have to overshare, and focus on what really you're focusing on. If you're not focusing on weight loss, and you're focusing on mindset and growth, and just being surrounded by people who want to see you succeed, then share that. It doesn't have to be about the weight. I haven't shared a lot of pictures lately. I don't know when it was the last one I shared my physical transformation, like in a sports bra. I don't share it as much. I might, we'll see. But sometimes I don't, my message is more like, I want people to feel good. And it doesn't, I can share it, like I might, but right now I want to focus on people feeling better, feeling good. And I love sure thing. That's the message, feeling good.
I think the thing is, a lot of people like that I know, they say things like, well, you've been on this like fitness journey or a health journey, like shouldn't you be like a trainer? Shouldn't you be like this? And I'm like, no, that's not my purpose.
Yeah.
Because I think Mel Robbins said this, like, what's your purpose? Like, are you in it to like just feel good about yourself and feel comfortable and have a good mindset, like with food and like your family and all that stuff? And because if your goal is to be a bodybuilder, then your mindset's going to be a different thing. And like I say to people, I don't do this because I want to be the fittest person. That's not my goal. Maybe somebody else's goal, but my goal is so that I've learned, like I said, like I'm mentally exhausted from the diets and pills and things that I did to my body. I'm so happy to know that if I want to have a donut, I don't have to feel bad about it. Tomorrow, I just continue on like normal. And like I'm just happy, like I'm mentally happy that I don't have to be consumed by like this demon in my head telling me if it was good or bad. So that's what it's about. Like, it's not about being on a cover of fitness magazine.
Yeah. And everyone's story is going to be different, right?
Exactly.
So I came out of the store the other day. It was, I don't know, a birthday. I had a cake in my hand. One of my clients like, I don't think that fits in your plan. I'm like, this fits in my plan. I eat cake. Like, I don't follow a plan to have abs. I just do it to feel better, stronger, and feel better in my clothes. Like, that's mine. And if you gain weight, you don't need to share. Like, you can, but you don't have to if that's not your focus. It depends on your focus, it depends on your messaging. But ask yourself when you post, is this serving my people? Is this gonna build trust? Is this going to help me build my business? I'm not saying lie. I'm saying focus on what you want to focus on. And if that doesn't align with your message, maybe you're creating stories in your mind that I have to be this specific way to be a successful coach. Now I have to say that I gained weight because then they're not gonna trust me. They're gonna see that I gained weight. So it's all the internal story that we tell ourselves, but people don't mind. People know it. Like, it's normal. We up and down. We're women. We have weeks where we are a little bit bloated, and that's okay. Like, don't feel like you have to share about the weight. Share about your victories, share about the struggles, but don't limit yourself to just thinking about weight. And so your story matters. When you're writing a post, you want to structure your post in this way. So there are 3 parts. Your number 1, you start with your struggle and you try to include them. You want to ask them if they felt like that. Does this apply to you? Have you ever felt like this? So the struggle, and go into your struggle, because they're going to relate to the struggle. They don't care how much you succeed unless they know how much you've struggled. There's an E missing. Part 2, what you found without the technobabble. So technobabble is Beachbody, Beachbody on Demand, Shakeology, like all the words that come from Beachbody. People who have not done Beachbody programs or Shakeology, they won't understand if you use these words. You want to use everyday language. Shake, you want to use maybe smoothie bowls, you want to use online workouts, you want to use words that people can relate to, and you don't want to give them the secret ingredients and then they're going to go Google and buy it off Amazon, because we're now on Amazon as well. So you want to make it so that they reach out to you and they have success because you are their coach. They have your community, they lead into your team. And number 3, why are you excited about what's coming up? And your call to action. So why are you excited? I'm excited because I am, for the first time, heading into the holidays with a plan, and I know I will enjoy la tourtière and all the treats for Christmas, but I have a plan. This is my plan, or I have a plan. Comment below if you'd like to do this with me. Your call to action is comment below, message me, drop an emoji if you agree. Ask them to do something. It doesn't always have to be join me. It can be drop an emoji if you agree. Do you agree? What's your biggest struggle? What's your ask questions? And we're going to go into that in the next few meetings. building a freebie. So drop a comment below to get my free guide too, right? So you want to help them get the tools. We want to serve people before we ask them for a favor, which is then buying, or ask them to, not a favor, but before we ask them to commit. Okay. So we want to get them to ask questions. How do you do this? How do you commit to that? I can't do this. I don't know how. Here are my tips, and you give it to them. Okay. So it's really about building that relationship, building the trust factor as well. So that's your homework. I want you to post one post this week about your story, plus the call to action to join you Monday. So, but your story is very important with the 3 parts. And then another post that teaches them, you want to provide value. Teach your audience, your viewers, something. Share your top 3 tips too, your top 3, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be complicated, but share something that they can learn from, and then you're providing value. And they know, if I need something, Lynn will have the answer, Shalyn will have the answer. So you want to think about that when you're posting. Sounds good? All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Where did that go?